Hello there. I'm Scott Wakefield, lead pastor of First Christian Church of Greene County, and I'm here with
Tyson Hodge
and Bethany.
And we are going to have a Coffee Convos.
Awkward pause.
There we go.
Thanks for that awkward pause reminder.
Yes.
I needed that.
Coffee Convos is an opportunity for us to have some good convo over good coffee with some good friends and to hear about the work of God in their lives. And so we're excited to get to know Tyson and Bethany a little more. A friendly reminder that this is live, so jump in on the comments, help lead the conversation, ask some good questions.
The more difficult, the better.
Yes,
that's what I say.
Good. The more difficult, the better.
Directed to Tyson.
I was about to say. And make sure they're coming his way.
Well, I mean, the truth is, like, I don't have to answer them. I could just, say whatever I want. If they're too difficult, so.
Yeah, right.
You can technically reject the questions.
Okay, I'll remember that.
But I'd rather reject my questions than the questions of the people.
Okay.
So the more awkward and difficult, the better. Bring them Tyson's way. Snowballs to snowballs? Softballs to Bethany.
Yes.
The snowballs to
Bethany. It is
Bethany.
snowing here right now. It's melting away, but
Yeah.
I can see where you got that.
We're off to a great start. So, hey guys, tell us about yourselves, who you are, how you got to today, give us some family history, tell us some stuff about your past.
I like Bethany's story better, so we'll start there.
Oh my goodness. I was born and raised in West Virginia. Christian family. I have 3 siblings, really close. Went to college in southern West Virginia, where I met Tyson. And
Where are you in the birth order?
I am second.
Second.
Yes, but I always acted as though I was a firstborn.
Oh.
So, yes.
So you have control issues. And no, I'm
Maybe.
just kidding.
Maybe.
We're into psychoanalysis in 30 seconds.
I'm an Enneagram 1 and 4. Like, I measure, rank the same. So, yes.
Okay.
Yes and no.
So, 3 siblings. Boy, girl, boy. What's the...
Girl, girl, boy, boy.
Girl, girl,
boy.
boy. Girl, girl, boy, boy. And you are 2.
I am 2. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. So,
And you guys met?
we met in college.
Yeah.
Assigned chapel seats.
Ooh.
First semester that
Friends,
he was there.
this is how it happens at Christian colleges.
Yeah.
It's not too far off from the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to her, far more interested in making her laugh than listening to whoever was on the stage to tell me I needed to study the Bible more.
Right.
Bible schmibel.
Yeah.
Bible schmibel.
Cute girl next to me.
Yeah. So we both got in trouble sometimes because I like to laugh. He likes to make people laugh. So
Yeah.
It is
worked
mostly
out.
me getting in trouble. I mean,
Yeah.
she was
Sometimes I was the
RA
role
and
model.
head RA, in college, and
Oh, yeah.
and straight A, presidential honor roll kind of thing. And
Nice.
So
Nice.
It was a small school. Lower the expectations here.
Nonetheless, Tyson's making the case he married up.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I did. I made honor roll for my senior year, and it was just to impress her and to stick around her, not because I was internally motivated, I need to be on the honor roll.
Right.
So it wasn't like, excellence for the glory of God and Jesus. It was impress the girl. And hey,
It worked.
that's kind of how
He
it
knows
works
the Bible,
sometimes.
right?
God uses things to pull us along.
People.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
So, and this was one of those times.
Yeah.
So you guys met at ABC.
Yeah.
Appalachian Bible College.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Where are you
my path to get there.
Yeah.
I was born in Idaho, lived there for first 4 years of my life, then moved to California, another 4 years, moved to East Tennessee when I was 8, and moved all over the place here in East Tennessee, Jonesboro, Johnson City, Piney Flats, Mountain City. And
I don't remember that.
And then
That's a lot of places here.
and then moved to Johnson City. I got out of order there. Johnson City was last. When I was in 8th grade, then went away for college, met her, and we hung around in West Virginia for a little bit for the first 2 years of our marriage, and then moved a little bit longer than that.
Right, yeah.
What was it? I don't remember now.
Sayla was 9 months old when we moved here.
Right.
So we'd been married a year and a half when we had Gideon.
Right.
So they're
So maybe
13 months
3?
apart. So yeah,
So
over
then-
2.5, 3 years, something like
So then
that.
we moved down here, back down, because this is where I'm from. My parents are in Johnson City.
Yeah.
And we worked at Longview Ranch for 6 years, all the while attending First Christian Church, and then have now been here. And I've been on staff for 2 years.
2 years indeed. In
Yeah.
case I failed to say this at the beginning, Tyson is campus pastor at our Greeneville Campus here. Doing a great job, and which leads me to lots of questions that I will eventually get to. But let's
My birth order is
Hey, tell us. That's interesting stuff. Yeah.
I'm a firstborn, and I have one sister.
Okay.
And she's 3.5 years younger.
And she lives nearby still.
Johnson City. Yeah. So we just saw her and my parents on Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I was just kidding about the birth order. I didn't really want to take over. We'll go the direction you want to go.
So she's born second of 4 and is more firstborn type A.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. You're firstborn less type A. Are you type A? Are you firstbornish?
I have never.
In that sense?
What does type A mean? I'm not sure. Like I'm a natural
I
leader.
can tell you what it means.
I'm a natural leader.
I live what it means.
Right. Well, then I'm not a type A. I'm a type. I'm a type B. Is that a thing?
Type B?
No idea. I don't know.
So-
How many letters do we have here?
A and B.
Just A and B?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't know.
That's okay. Do you know any other personality profile things like Myers-Briggs, DISC profile? Are you introvert, extrovert? Tell us some of those things. And then we'll get into the interaction of the two of you.
Which is always fun.
Well, you mentioned just a minute ago
Yeah, the Enneagram.
Enneagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we read through a book.
Called The Road Back to You.
Listened through this book. And
On the road back to you?
Yeah. I want to say Ian McGregor, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
Morgan? Is there
I
Ian
can't
Morgan?
remember. Yeah.
Anyway, it's really good. It's insightful.
Yeah.
We did that before we ever took any tests or anything. He knew immediately when we came to number 5. He identified fully. And I went through the entire thing like, I want a number. Where's my number? I don't have a number. Got through the entire book and then took 3 tests. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm a 1 and a 4. And it was like a 94% a 1 and 94% a 4.
I think you're a 1 from my first go at it. I'm a straight up 1 wing 2.
She said, and she's right. I listened through their description of a 5 personality, and I thought, okay, this sounds like me. I'm that. But truthfully, I don't remember. All this abstract personality stuff doesn't stick in my head.
Yeah, I'm abstract. You're more abstract.
And I am.
You're concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
if it's broken, he can fix it.
Yeah.
He can figure it out mechanical wise, look at it, dissect it, and figure out what he
Engineer
means.
systems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Everything
like with this
hands-on.
personality thing, if it gets too complicated, it just leaves my mind. I don't understand. I don't get it. And so like, give me one word
For
to
me,
describe
that's like,
it.
I can figure it out. There's more to figure out.
Yeah.
But, and we've definitely talked about this a number of times since you being on staff.
Yeah.
And he'll say something like, I'll be describing something, and he's like, ethereal terms, philosophical words that connect in these ways, and are, up in the sky somewhere.
Right.
And he'll go, you're going to have to make it practical.
Yeah.
Right. Can
What do
you
you
draw
want
me
me
a picture of
to
that?
do?
No,
Yeah.
I cannot draw you.
What do you want me to do exactly?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So introvert, extrovert.
I'm 50-50, maybe 60-40.
Oh, everybody's 50.
Maybe
60. I'm an
60-40.
introvert, extrovert. I'm an extrovert, introvert.
It's true. I crave alone time. I crave people time, and I can't have too much of either. When I'm around,
You're content.
when I'm around a large group of people, I think it's great. But then, like after an hour or two, I'm like, all right, I need my alone time. And then after an hour or two, I'm like, where are people? So,
Right.
Is it an hour or two? I mean, is that
well,
kind of a...
that's not my hard line. No,
I know.
It's just
I just wondered if that came from your experience, and I realized after a couple hours, I'm like, I need different.
yeah. I mean, I definitely can push myself into, a day full of people, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, if I'm alone all day, then
You're fine
I'm
still,
ready
too.
I'm ready for people.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Right.
So
Have you found, because ministry can be, it's both. It's people and not people. It's plenty of tasks too.
yeah.
Have you found that being on staff here has been pushing on the more people all day long in ways that make you a little crazy?
No, absolutely not. It's a
Are you
good
lying
balance
to
for
me
me.
right
No, absolutely not.
That one question about peacemaker or fighter, he's a peacemaker. Just so
Oh,
you know.
yeah?
No.
No, I think our dynamic on staff is great, and that's because
I just wasn't, yeah.
and that's because I've got an office and I can retreat when I want to, and when I don't want to, I can come out and find somebody, and I can talk to somebody.
Yeah. So introvert, extrovert, I think I have my,
I think I'm definitely
Guess.
more extrovert, but I don't. I would say I don't manage that time well, so I burn myself out. If that makes sense.
So you are
I
an
seek.
extrovert.
I seek people out.
Yeah.
More than what I'm capable of managing, and I love it. And then I reach this like, whoa, like I am overwhelmed, exhausted, and then I, spend a day just down. I don't want to be alone though, but like people in the house, but me having time where I'm not responsible or having to make conversation.
Right.
So I think that's an extrovert, right?
We're not responsible. I have to make the conversation.
Well, no,
That's-
not that.
that's-
With,
no,
like
I-
with kids
I-
is what I mean.
No,
like,
I'm tracking with you. Yeah,
with kids all day.
Okay,
know.
sure. Yeah.
And so, anyway, I think that I'm more an extrovert. That if I'm looking for, I will seek that out for comfort. I don't ever really want to be by myself, except
That's true.
sometimes with kids. Like I reach that point,
Sure.
and then, but I still don't even really want to be by myself.
No,
I
I'll
just
come
don't want to be
home and I can
needed.
tell. I can
Well, yeah,
tell like
you're a
she
mom.
is.
Yeah.
She is spent in the
Sure.
mom realm, and if it was me, I would need alone time. So
Yeah.
I encourage her, like, go,
He's like,
go
"Go."
away,
And I'm like, "Go away,
get away,
where?"
do something, and she's like, no, I
I
don't
don't want to
to.
be by myself. What am I going to do? Go sit in a parking lot by myself? Like, I'm not necessarily a shopper either. So I'm like, I want a friend to go sit
We
with.
have a similar dynamic for us where, of course, there are times where Donnie's like, I'm out of here. I want to be alone, which might just be, I'm going into the bedroom on the bed by myself.
Right.
30,
Yeah.
30 seconds, please. But
Yeah.
at the same time, she's constantly saying, but they're going to be gone. I don't want to be gone. Let's push through, and I want to be present with them and be mom. And
Yeah.
even though I know I need alone time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that's always present. Their needs are so, kids' needs are just they don't have any qualms telling you, which I think is great because that means they feel comfortable and
They
safe.
trust you. They
Right.
know you'll
Yeah.
provide.
Right. But
Yeah.
at times, I also want to say, like, well, that's not necessarily a need, and I can't, I don't have to be the one making you happy all the time. Like, that's not the goal.
Right.
And just trying to let go of that. Because sometimes it feels like I have to, but that's
Yeah.
not my job.
Yeah.
So,
So, breakfast or dinner? Which do you like better?
Breakfast for dinner.
Ooh, I like breakfast so much. I want it for breakfast and dinner.
yes, that's
Yeah.
our family.
You too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. Every once in a while, Mom would say, "It's waffles tonight." Really? I don't know why.
Yeah.
For some reason,
It's 'cause of
Mom
all the
would say
sugar. I mean,
waffles
it's
for dinner, and I'm
delicious.
like, breakfast for dinner. I just remember as a kid thinking that's
Oh,
so
yeah.
special and wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the best. It's absolutely the best. And actually, that's the mom's last-ditch effort of we didn't make a plan, and so now we're having breakfast for dinner.
Well,
So-
So it's nice. Moms
it
are
was
like,
Eggos
"Yay."
out of the freezer.
See?
So,
Yeah,
like,
no,
what
that's
is your
honest.
ideal breakfast?
I'm asking the questions here.
What is your ideal? What is your ideal breakfast?
It will involve bacon and sausage.
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Lots of meats.
Yes.
Lots of meat.
I like. I'm super picky and super boring. I want the same things. I don't want to branch out. Don't give me. I don't want
No
fruit
new
or anything
foods.
weird, exotic, please. So, like some sort of bread whether it's biscuit, toast, bagel, whatever, pancake, waffle, etc.
Mm-hmm.
As many meats as possible, and then scrambled eggs. But I don't want I don't want country ham. I want city ham.
What is city ham? Can I go to the store and buy city ham?
You don't know city and country ham?
I know country ham, but
I mean-
it's ham and country ham.
So
is
city
the other,
is,
I guess,
is
city?
sweet and
like honey glazed.
Yeah,
Okay.
honey glazed ham. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Gotcha.
And
I'm going to go to the
country
grocery
is-
store and ask for city ham.
Yeah.
Country has so much salt, and it's like practically.
Like smoked kind
Yeah, it's
of
practically like biting through.
Sure.
What's the?
jerky.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Could not think of.
Good job.
You saved me with honey glazed ham and beef jerky.
I know my meat's not.
And then scrambled eggs, no other kind of way. Super well done. Burn them, kill them, brown rubber.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes,
then I'd
me
also
too.
would like Waffle House. This isn't supposed to be about me. I'm talking too much about me. But the potatoes that they
Like the hash browns.
yes, hash browns.
Yeah.
This
kill
is
'em.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I usually take Fridays and Saturdays off, and so one of those days is Dad makes breakfast day.
Yes,
and,
it is.
That's good.
I
It's a nice little family tradition.
sometimes I'll do your simple pancakes, but I try to get into other worlds. And so like
Worlds.
we make crepes all the time because my at least one of my kids and I love crepes.
Yeah.
So we do.
Jada's favorite. That's what she
I've had
wanted for
your
her
crepes.
birthday dinner.
So I've
last year.
gotten
Yummy crepes.
I've gotten good at making crepes. I've also gotten good at making scones, and so we made orange something scones.
Yeah.
Oh, and then just make a little glaze and put over those. Those are fantastic.
They are.
But yeah, and as I've gotten older, I have crossed the
You're so old
terrible
now.
age
Yes.
of liking soft eggs.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I know. It's gross.
Yeah. Well, she's getting to where she likes onions.
It's true.
Well,
Well, you ate mustard the other day.
Oh yeah, I did. who's going to be eating sauerkraut next?
I came across something the other day that said, you're starting to get to the, you're starting to get old when one of your prevailing questions throughout the day is, what has upset my stomach? And I've realized that's where I am. Okay, so
That's really funny.
let's get back to personality stuff.
Okay.
Thinker or feeler?
I do both.
Well,
I know you do both.
predominantly, how would you process information?
We got to give more
Feelings
context. We
wise
gotta
or thinking?
Okay, so
I'm a thinker.
Okay.
all right, if we can change thinker to reflect, like self-reflective. I am a feeler.
Okay.
When something big and emotional is happening, I process the emotions by feeling them, not necessarily asking the question, why am I feeling this?
Right. And I can't. I'm motivated by why, what's happening, and what's the next step to fix this. Like, the feelings are worthless if they don't get to that point. So.
Maybe connected to this, and this is coming up in my head, so I wonder if it's connected. What I really love is, it's almost like a hobby, at least it used to be, is to listen to good music, like deep lyrical music, and feel it. Like, that sounds odd, but I'd feel it. I would put my earbuds in or whatever. I used to lay in my bed and do this, but when you're an adult, you have adult things to do. So I'm doing adult things, but just focusing on the music.
He's feeling
The
it.
music.
Kids, leave him alone. He's feeling it.
No, I'd be saying, go jump on him.
Yeah.
Right. You wouldn't
And
get 30
so-
seconds to do that.
No.
It sounds weird.
No.
But
It sounds like very angsty teenager skater stuff to do, man. If you're unaware, he's a skater.
it's true.
He is a
Skater die, yo.
It's
Yeah.
true. And
Is that what you
until-
say at the end? Right, yo. Skate or die, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever someone introduces me as a skater, I say skate or die, yo.
Cool.
Every time.
I don't
So,
even know what that means.
I don't either. I just was pulling it out of the air. Now, we've been laughing a lot.
Hey, remember in your sermon intro you're talking about when someone's talking about something that you know a lot about, but then the other person doesn't know a lot about it, but the first person then knows whether that person knows anything about it?
Totally tracking.
Yeah.
So
That's probably
now
one of
you're
that-
saying,
that's that moment.
I don't know anything about skaters. We're tracking.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I'm asking the question. Okay, we've been laughing a lot. We're being silly. But would you characterize yourself as silly or serious? Predominantly. I know that you're some perfect balance about blah, blah, blah.
I feel like I'm serious and silly at the same time.
Predominantly. If you had to choose one, which I'm asking you to, which would you say you predominantly lean toward? I'm serious, without question.
I am very serious.
Okay.
Silliness is a waste of time.
For me. I'm learning.
Did I say silliness?
You said
Seriousness. Seriousness is a waste of time.
You are serious about being silly.
And I'm just saying that to put emphasis on how silly I am.
Yeah.
Would you say you're more serious and you're more silly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. A good time to me is like, here's this very deep,
Yes.
meaningful, hard kind of conversation about life and where are we
Agreed.
going and let's
Totally.
plan and 10-year plan and get all excited and let's outline all these things. And he's like, that's the worst
And
thing that
anxiety
could possibly happen.
starts boiling inside of me.
As soon as that weight is put onto
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
And I know that's what she's thinking. Like she just has this tone, like this kind of like,
Here we go. Here we go with the tone.
I was thinking, and I'm like, oh no.
No, here comes the planner again.
So I was thinking, and you're like, here we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And he likes to look like, I'll ask, what are you thinking? And he tells me, and it's like, I was thinking about how that engine works and why this part wasn't working right and
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. And it's like completely like we're sitting here silently enjoying like whatever.
And you're sitting here going, how can you, what?
Well, I'm like, well, and then the kids and the this and that, and how can I do that better? And what are we doing wrong as parents? And I'm just like, all these things. And he's like, you know what? That thing isn't working right. I could
Yep.
make that work better. And like,
It's not, I don't think it's probably quite as stark as you said, well, in your own marriage.
Right.
But for us, Scott Dogney. Yeah.
yeah.
She has a thought about thing, and that's what she's thinking about.
Yeah.
Now she's thinking about other things and feeling stuff and etc. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to accommodate for everything at all times.
Yeah.
So we have questions that have come in.
Oh boy.
Yes, we have
For Tyson.
for both. Actually, quite a few lovely questions.
All right, the lovely ones.
Lovely, huh?
Yeah.
Those sound right up your alley.
First says, thanks Hodges for your service to FCC.
Oh, that was nice.
Most unexpected thing about being on staff
See, I told you
or,
to for you,
or
Tyson.
church ministry. No, we want to hear from both of you. The most unexpected thing about being here on staff or in church ministry, local church ministry, because you were in camping ministry,
Yeah.
youth ministry for a number of years, 6-ish, right?
Yeah, 6 at camp, and
Yeah.
we were youth leaders for 3 or 4
Yeah.
prior to that.
Yeah.
Most
and I was a year
unexpected thing.
for that.
Most unexpected thing. I did not expect it to fit me and my personality this well. I love my job. I love being here. I love being a campus pastor. I did not think growing up, I had youth pastors try to push us and encourage us toward youth ministry.
Yeah.
Not youth ministry, church ministry.
Right.
And I thought, nope, not for me. I'm not going to do that because I want to do something with my hands. I want to just, yeah. And so that's why I ended up in camping world, the camp ministry,
Yeah.
because I wanted to do something for Jesus. But I knew in camp ministry that also included in the off season building stuff and fixing stuff and,
Yes.
and doing games and fun stuff and things like that. So
You didn't expect it to fit you as well as you found
as
that it
Camp
does.
World. Yeah, I felt like Camp World was made for me. I was made for Camp World.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go back.
That's a lovely thing to hear.
Yeah. I can't say I've
What's
been-
unexpected is how well it has fit him. No, I'm just kidding.
No, to be honest,
I'm just kidding.
I have not had, I don't think, anything that
Unexpected?
unexpected, actually.
Well, your dad was a pastor or pseudo pastor, whatever you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've always been a part of the church ministry world.
Right.
Even when we were in camp ministry, it wasn't that I was like I wasn't as like Tyson about like, oh, we don't want to be in church ministry. I had thought that I would be in counseling of some kind. Mm-hmm. I actually really struggled with camp ministry philosophically just because I'm a long-term relationship person. And
yes. Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit. Yeah. That part's tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. 1 week relationship with somebody that you then cannot just like, that's just hard. That's just not me. That's difficult. So I've always struggled with camp ministry for other reasons, but for that one in particular, just philosophically, it doesn't line up with my personality well. So church ministry really does, and I have loved.
Yes, it's definitely.
I've loved so much about this.
A long-term community thing.
Regen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said something the other day to the kids about I'm starting like the last book of Regen, and they're like, "You're not going to stop, are you?" Because they love being here. Yeah. And I'm like, "No, we're not going to stop. I mean, I'm just going to be done with that step group, you know. I'll probably join another one, you know." And they were like, oh, "Okay, good, phew," you know. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Like those long-term relationships with people who are committed to a relationship with Christ that makes a difference and growing and changing.
Which is what's so cool about Regen.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
If you're not aware, he is now Mr. Regen.
That makes me Mrs. Regen. Yes.
But she's one of our leaders, and but it's definitely a place where you're in that serious stuff of people's hearts and growth and spiritual nurture. That's just, I mean, it's real stuff. Every Monday night. Yeah. It's Wednesday now.
Right.
Good stuff. So. Yeah. More questions. We have lots of good questions. By the way, my 7-year-old Charity also sings the praises of being here on Mondays. Loves it. Yeah.
Your 7-year-old is named Charity, or you were speaking to Charity?
I was speaking to Charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. My 7-year-old, not Charity. Tell us a hobby you'd love to pursue if time and money were not an issue.
Ooh.
Hobby you'd love to pursue. Time and money.
Guns are fun. Guns are fun.
I was not expecting that.
Guns are fun. What else? It's a short answer. I need something longer than that. What about you?
I would be a rock carver. I mean, I am a rock carver, but I would pursue that, like, more. All out. If I had all the equipment that I really want, I would make a business out of it. And
tell the peeps what are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, river rocks and
boulders, not just. Well,
it's not. Sometimes small. I mean, it's rock.
Right, the rocks.
It's not a rock.
Various sizes.
It's a boulder at this size.
Yeah,
right.
80, 90-pound boulders sometimes.
Yeah, and make sinks out of them, and little bowls, candle holders, bookends, whatever, just for fun. Yeah. I've made animals. I've made a nativity. Cool. Mary, Jesus, the baby, like all of it. Anyway, it's just fun. So that's what I would pursue.
Yeah, she's really good at it, and these bowls come out looking fantastic. We've sold several in the area. We've shipped 2 off to California. A lady found us and ordered and paid for shipping to her door, which it's expensive to ship.
$300 to ship them.
To ship a 60-pound sink.
Large rocks.
And 2 of them.
Yeah, and so she bought 2 and had them shipped out there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Bethany has a very unique hobby that not many people have.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Another question here is, what is your most favorite thing? What's your favorite thing about being on staff at FCC? Being under Scott Wakefield's leadership.
The camaraderie.
Ooh.
Isn't that a fun word?
That is a fun word. It has that extra A that people aren't expecting. Camaraderie.
Oh, I didn't.
No, you said it right. No, you're good. I wasn't correcting, I promise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like,
being on staff means having your spelling corrected is what it means.
It's true. I've gotten better with my grammar and spelling since becoming on staff.
Camaraderie.
Yeah,
absolutely. Camaraderie.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I just think all of it. It's just nice to... It's you use the example of, like, what I don't even know, because I never really watched TV that much, but you use the example of a TV show where the guy comes in and everyone knows his name, and
yes,
there was a whole series.
Yes, cheers.
Okay, so that's
he walks in and goes, Norm!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how That's how I feel
Good.
when we come into FCC for whatever. And whether it's
That's what we
coming
want for
in
people.
for church or coming in
Yeah.
for whatever. And that's how the kids feel. That's how I feel. So, yeah,
Good.
that's the
Yeah.
best part.
Next question is this, along these lines. Oops. Bethany in particular. Anything you want non-pastors' wives to know about what it's like and or what you need and how we can support you best? Anything you want non-pastors' wives to know about what it's like, what you need, how we can support you best?
Well, that's a really nice question.
My wife asked it.
Aw, that's good. Maybe this is where I just haven't grown into it enough yet, or maybe this is just the way that I see it,
Uh-huh.
but I don't feel like I'm any different
Yeah,
from before
right.
he was voted or not.
Right.
So I still kind of chuckle, pastor's wife, like, ha ha ha, well, I'm just Bethany. So,
Yes.
you know, take me off the pedestal, I'm just me. So,
Right.
and
Don't worry, we don't have you up there. Just like
I
they
know.
don't have me up there.
right, and that's it. That's
Yes,
it.
There
Like,
isn't one.
we're
Yeah.
just all like loving Jesus, right? Wanting to see his kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, so I guess just I don't know.
Needing
I
to
don't-
be included like normal.
Yes.
Because even
yes.
though there isn't a pedestal, there is often this feeling of separation with normalcy of everybody else getting to be
Yeah.
normal. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Instead
yeah.
of me being.
So I don't know that I have felt that so much yet.
Yeah.
But again,
Good.
maybe it's there. I tend to be kind of oblivious and think the world is like all rainbows until I realize that it's not.
So you're
And
more
then
of
she's
an
like, oh no!
I'm the extreme optimist that
You're an
plans for
idealist.
success. I'm the idealist, yes.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm the
he's-
realist. I'm like, why didn't you see this coming?
Yeah, he's a pessimist that
Of course,
wants
that rainbow
to be a
is fake over
realist.
there.
You're
So-
missing colors. Don't you even see that there aren't some colors up there?
Right? So anyway,
I-
I don't know that I have experienced it yet.
Yeah.
Or I've at least not seen it, if it's there.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah, I feel very well supported, and yeah, I guess just don't have expectations of me outside of I'm just a mom. And
Please expect nothing of me. What's your favorite holiday tradition you carried into your family? I assume that means from your previous family life. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. But what's your favorite holiday tradition you carried into your family is the question.
Advent calendars. The kids love those. What else?
I grew up doing those.
Yeah.
We've got one on our fridge right now, thanks to
Yeah.
our kids' director
We
Fun.
on Monday night.
we do this
Nice.
weird thing where we
yeah.
we
Yep,
bring
I
a
can see
tree
it.
into our house and we decorate it and then put presents under it. The kids love that.
That's amazing.
The kids love that.
You guys are so creative. That's the
So
best.
original.
And then we take oversized socks and we hang them up and put candy.
You
in.
guys, that's the best. You've got to listen to that.
I don't know that we have any unique
Chewy.
traditions.
You're boring.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So are
That's
we.
what I'm trying to say.
Here's our tradition. My wife and kids, almost exclusively without me helping whatsoever, in the last 2 to 3 years, make the decorations go up instantly in like an hour. Yes, it's
Oh,
wonderful.
wow. I need to talk to Dogny.
Yes,
It takes us days.
That's a
and
wonderful tradition for the week.
I
does.
deep breathe the day the kids are like, "Are we gonna decorate?" And I'm like, "The house is gonna be a mess, and there are gonna be crates everywhere, and the cleanup, and the things, and okay, yeah, it'll be fun, guys."
Yeah.
Tyson, you're helping.
Yes, ma'am.
That was definitely how it went this last weekend.
Yeah. Our tradition is it's up crazy early before Thanksgiving and everything's done. And
Oh,
like,
nice.
Superman, Dogny, and the kids are like, boom, in an hour.
So can I answer that question a little different?
You are allowed.
Thanks.
This is your time. It's a
All
coffee convo, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So when I first heard the question, I missed the holiday word. And so I just heard family
Christmas
tradition,
or-
family
okay.
tradition.
Uh-huh.
And so something that we do that's become a
Do
tradition
you know where he's going?
that
I don't.
that I really love, that the kids love far more than I expected them to, is at bedtime I will, sometimes I'll read to the kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will make up stories. I will just
yes.
make up whatever comes out of my head.
Yes.
And the kids love it.
I've heard you talk about this.
Yeah. And so like when I'll end the story, there was this one story series that we were doing where to cue the end of the story, I would make the characters fall asleep. And so, you know,
They would all be like,
course.
no,
yeah,
don't let them fall asleep."
exactly. Like once they fell asleep, like, and then Peter got tired and fell asleep. And then they're like,
All the kids
no,
screaming.
tell more story. So
good.
the current series we're in is about Peter and Benji, and they're exploring this pink ocean of clouds, and there's all of these islands, these mountain islands that are floating above the clouds.
Wow.
And so the Peter and Benji are going from island to island. This,
You mean like Lando Calrissian?
this hunk of rock that's up in the
Yep.
sky. It's a mountain, and then like sometimes there's waterfalls and vines coming off. And they confiscated a pirate ship, and they're able to go around and explore.
You're
Yeah, the kids love this.
You're such a better dad than me.
No.
My stories were like, remember that thing that happened in the Bible where I'd be explaining the stuff we're reading. That's it.
If it's not written in the book,
Yeah.
then I'm just like, I'm listening. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exhausting. How is he doing that? I'm just dying over here. Where did he come up with all of this?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
man.
this weird mode that I can put my brain in, and it's just.
Oh, and the kids will yell out, make them do this. And like, they give a suggestion, and he's just like, he just jumps
Just
on it. Goes,
incorporates
the
it
whole
and-
story just shifts and goes this direction. It actually ties in somehow. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's good at telling.
Tyson somehow.
Ties in.
Okay,
yeah,
next question. What's one unique quality you particularly love about each of your kids? It's a nice little question.
Oh, that
That is a good one.
is.
I think Gideon is a fantastic leader.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Selah is extremely thoughtful.
Yeah.
I can see that.
A little example.
Yeah.
She.
I can also see how Gideon, I see him around, and
Yeah.
he'll be making sure that the kids are da-da-da. And
Oh
Yeah.
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 Sorry,
He's a
okay.
leader in training.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
Selah,
Yeah, Selah's very, very thoughtful.
thoughtful, yes.
Yesterday, she met a new little neighbor friend, and they played in the snow together, and they had to go in for lunch, so our kids came in for lunch. She immediately got a piece of paper, drew a picture, flipped it over, wrote a card, like a letter.
Cool.
You know, dear so-and-so, thanks for being my friend. I love that you're my friend.
Dude.
Love, Selah. She folded it up, went across the street, put it in their mailbox. And then this little girl came down this driveway, got it out of the mailbox. Aww. And then
Nice.
they went back out in the afternoon and played more. So that's Selah.
So
She's
good.
very thoughtful.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
That's
So-
2 of the 4.
Yep. And then the next one, Jada. She's emotional like me. At least, well, I mean, we're both emotional.
Yeah.
But I mean, she just
We're expressive.
focuses on them, and so I love
She
how.
feels very deeply.
Yeah.
Jada feels very, and she knows her mind. And I know people say that, oh, they know their own mind, but she can literally articulate when she's tired. I'm tired, or I feel
It
this
took
way.
me 40 years to get there. You
Yeah.
laugh.
You- no, yeah,
Right.
Sorry, I thought that was a joke. I'll stop laughing.
It was. But it was also true.
yeah. No, and we have what we call girl talk. Tyson has boy talk, and they have all these silly
Call
rules
it
and
man
stuff.
talk.
Yeah, man talk. Well, we have girl talk.
Oh.
Anyway, they're allowed to say whatever they want, and they're not going to get in trouble, and we just listen, and no advice, just listening. And
Yeah.
So, and she'll
I
ask
give
to have
advice.
these. Well,
Am I not supposed
you're,
to?
You're a man talk. Do whichever you want.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she
I
has.
think she just said, that's mansplaining. I think that's what she was just implying.
But she thinks things through. She knows what she wants, and she can say it. And anyway, that's
There
one
was
of her
something
unique
that
little
happened
personalities.
here in the office a week and a half, 2 weeks ago or something. And Jada came in. She was crying or whimpering about something. But she said something real articulate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like, this is where I am right now.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and she can tell you, and she has good reason,
Yeah.
and can tell you why.
Cool.
So.
And then Asher is full of wild boy
Jeez.
energy, and just he's a
boy.
He's a beast. He's a beast boy. He's
Yeah.
a boy beast.
With a really cute, charming smile before he like headbutts you.
God knows to make little kids cute.
Yeah.
He sure does.
So
Oh,
Asher-
perfect little story about. Can I tell us a little story? Asher, we were at a neighbor's house where we used to live. We were over for lunch. This was just last week. And she asked if Asher wanted to pray for the meal. And Asher says, no, Mom can do it. And Donna was like, well, Asher, you know you have a direct line to God. You can talk to God. You don't need your mom.
A straight line.
A straight line, yeah, to God. And Asher goes, no, I don't. She goes, well, what kind of line do you have? And he goes, I have a squiggly one. I'm like, yes, Asher does. Asher does have a squiggly line to God. And that's like
more of a zigzag.
It's zigzag. Yeah, it's more like, it's not straight, no. So anyway.
That's awesome.
So
That's
in those stories that I tell to the kids, Asher makes an appearance occasionally as a character, and his character is Asher Jungle Boy.
Yes.
And Asher Jungle Boy, when he shows up, that's the only thing he can say. He just says Asher Jungle Boy over and over in different tones to communicate. And he's very mischievous. He's very destructive. He's very, center of attention, and the kids love it.
Dude, that's funny. Yeah. So, what's the best, real, raw marriage advice you could give? The best, real, raw marriage advice you could give. We got a number of questions to get through here. So.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So when you're angry,
Ooh.
you sit next to each other on the couch and you hold hands.
As close as possible.
Like
yes.
And so
Smiling.
whenever you hold hands, you can't yell at each other.
That was legit in a book that we read before we got married that we thought we were going to follow. We're never going to argue because we're going to do this.
We're going to hold hands and not
my self-help book
yell.
thing.
I've heard that advice before.
Yeah.
But then you get angry enough and you're just like, ah!
We are not that couple.
No, we're not either.
No.
I don't, gosh.
The best
Bringing
real,
somebody-
raw marriage advice.
Okay. Bringing somebody else into it. Letting go of our pride that we could conceal this, keep this. Bringing someone else into it.
Yeah.
The quicker you do that and get that third party in there to just hear out your junk, and they're going to just be able to say, well, I mean, if you choose someone godly and has wisdom and,
Yes.
years.
This is why Christian community matters.
Oh, yeah.
People,
They just
too many couples
clear the mud and say, you this and you this. You both love Jesus, right? You're this is going to work out.
Right.
Just some of that.
Marriage is super hard.
I used to be here, but too many people think that their image and their pride are more important than their marriage, and so I'm not going to bring help. I'm not going to do marriage in community.
That's right.
We're going to do marriage over here.
Yeah.
So we can
So I can
protect it.
Keep that. Yeah. Keep that pride.
Yeah. And I was there. I'm not judging anybody about it.
Everybody is until they're not.
Being there.
Right.
Yeah. So when you bring people in to your marriage, you find help.
Yeah.
Good. What's the best thing about your spouse that you see reflected in your kids? Man. Good question.
Sense of humor and being able to roll with changes. One of our kids struggles with change. She gets that directly from me. But 3 of them, they do really well. Things, last minute plans, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine,
Cool.
And sense of humor with it.
Cool.
That definitely all comes from Tyson.
Gideon's leadership and focus on mission and making things happen and keeping stuff righteous is from Bethany, and so that's valuable. It's annoying at times, but valuable.
That was not the question.
Yeah. And I'm not specifically saying annoying.
I know.
I'm saying it's annoying when Gideon is
Right.
trying to control the family, but eventually it will be a huge
you're like,
asset.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we often talk
That's
with
awesome.
the kids about, you have 2 jobs, right? You are a student, and you are supposed to be a friend. You are not a parent.
You're not the
you
parent.
are not the,
Yeah.
You have 2 jobs. Do your jobs. Don't do my job.
That's right.
So that's how we talk.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What would you tell someone who is interested in getting into ministry? What would you tell someone who is interested in getting into ministry?
Get in now. And what I mean by that is go plug into the church and find ways to serve and find ways to gain that experience of interpersonal influence and leadership.
Yeah.
And say to somebody who's more advanced in their spiritual walk, hey, disciple me, hey, mentor me. And when they say, yeah, okay, but don't follow through with that, go ask somebody else.
Right. Find
and
someone
then
else.
go ask somebody else.
That's good.
Yeah.
As opposed to waiting for
Until
some
the
sort of
call.
I'm ready or
Right.
Yeah.
Until the call or an invitation or something.
Yeah. That is the process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
I would say the same. Yeah.
Good stuff. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Scientist, a computer programmer at once for the money, because I thought like, oh, those are rich. Those are the rich people.
That's the future, the ones and zeros. You're sitting there doing the basics so that it does the lines where it...
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe that's too old for you. That's what we learned.
I didn't learn any of it, so I'm like, the printer won't work. I've turned it on. What is wrong with this thing? That is me in technology.
So what did you want to be?
Everything. One point I wanted to be a vet. Another point I wanted to be an astronaut. Another point, I had wide varying interests.
Yeah. I would
by
say
the time I was
I
in college.
tend more toward this than this, in a sense, because I thought about lots of things. It's funny, though, there was this low-grade always knowing, I'm not going to do anything other than ministry. So I don't think I ever took anything seriously. I thought about a lot of things.
Yeah. The most serious that I ever got about like a career path was counseling.
Yeah.
And so in college, I'm very relational. So I followed my sister to school, to college. That's why I chose ABC. I thought I would go back, because I had a full ride to a state school, and I thought, I might go back and do that, physical therapy or something like that. No, relationships are just way too important to let those go once I made them. And anyway, so counseling, maybe someday going for a master's, but that's not right now. So, yep.
Last question. What led you to being a campus pastor?
Scott did. Scott called me one day and said, hey, you want to do this? I guess.
Oh
It
my
was that
God.
easy. It was that fast.
It's not that easy. Oh my
It's a
God.
real easy process.
Yeah. No, like I said earlier, I didn't think the church thing was for me. I thought, and in college, I discovered how I was made for camping, and loved it and thrived in it. Our time came to completion at Longview Ranch. I went to construction because I love building, and Scott literally did call me and said, hey, let's talk about this thing called a campus pastor. And so we talked quite a bit, and and we I was when you first called me and said, hey, and I knew what direction you were going and what you're going to ask me. I was thinking, no, I'm not, no.
The answer I can already feel is no.
Yeah. And then you said, and you'd probably preach like every 2 months. And I thought, oh, I could do that. Okay. And so then we talked, and then asked all of our mentors or people that were important to us, my parents, her parents, older couples who knew us well, and said,
the Liebers. They were an instrumental conversation we had.
A big part of that.
Yeah. So should we do this?
Yeah.
And everybody said yes.
Yeah. I had to make a pros and cons list. We had come from some hurt. I have a lot of background church hurt issues.
Yeah.
So I was not wanting to be honest, I thought we would ruin a good thing. We loved FCC. We were so connected.
You ruin your
relationship with FCC.
Him coming on staff, is what I see there, is that really what it is? And once if we get too close.
Oh, absolutely.
So I had a lot of that. The thing that was helpful, though, once I made my pros and cons list, Mark and Beth Ann were able to go, well, that's from all the.
Let's name what these things are.
All the
cons.
cons.
Yeah. That's fear. That's fear.
Yeah.
That's fear.
Yeah.
That's fear. That's fear. That's past hurt. And I'm like, darn it. They are so right. It was just stuff I hadn't dealt with.
That's right.
Legit hadn't dealt with. And then all the pros were growth, connection, spiritual growth. Oh my gosh, all the things I want are on this pros list. Why would we not do this?
Good stuff.
So that's what I had. That's the process I had to go through. Of course, the wisdom from others, but that was the kind of kicker for me personally to be like, yes, this is what we should be doing.
And all the money. You're not supposed to tell people that. Oh.
Nice.
Because we don't want them to find it.
And the money was not a deciding factor.
So good. So good. That's good stuff.
Well, actually, since I joked about it, let me touch that just for a real quick truth. When we had left Longview Ranch, we're considering another job, I went and applied, and they said, how much do you need? And so I said, this much. And they said, we can't do that. I said, all right, that's fine. So then when we talked and you said, we can do this, that was the amount that I had asked from the other place. And it was just another little thing of, this is what we need. And first try, you're like, that's what we need.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever told me that.
I'm telling you right now.
Why have you held that back?
Because I'm
That's
not.
a cool
If it
guy
makes you
because I'm
feel
not,
better, I didn't know about it till this moment. So,
Really?
yes, really. This
You
happens so
think
often.
This is me.
things, but you don't.
That's so true. You don't have to yell at me.
I find more out about Tyson when we have conversation with other people.
With other-
Like, not the formal interview, but just another conversation, and things just come out naturally.
Hey, we have
that,
we have
have-
just
you know.
unpacked everything.
I have come to just believe about myself that I have a defective retrieval system for my memory. It just doesn't come up.
That's awesome.
So until I joke about it, and then I'm like, oh, wait, there is a little sliver of truth in that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for coming in, being part of this discussion for Coffee Convos tonight,
Yeah.
being on staff, all that good stuff.
That's fun.
Yes. Here we go.
Closing clink.
Closing thing.
cling.
Thank you for joining us and asking great questions. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next week.